Okay, thank you. Well, you play that very well. The opening note was particularly good, but when you came to the second chord, could you make it the same as the first one? This one was excellent. Second one, the same. And then the second point I'd like you to think about is that the theme is so the chords must have a feeling of that shape about them. A feeling of the entity of the whole thing. Once again. No, sorry. Da 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 dum ba. Not you do something like. That's right. You tend to sort of go backwards, Tom. If I could give you a very cruel exaggeration. It must move forwards, not backwards. Unless you want to go backwards. Let's do it from the beginning again. Get to this point here. That is a progression upwards. So you must grow into that F more. From there, perhaps. Again. The third time is a conclusion of you're attempting it twice. Could you try that from there? No, more. When you play this, that is the end of your solo for a few beats, while the orchestra's then you must come out much more after that, from the F sharp. The trills begin a little bit violently. I mean, if you just think of the orchestral part there. You can become more violent, more urgent at any rate, as you go along, from the same place. Melodic, coaxing. Now, one thing I would say about this, Dvorak has written many markings in this concerto, but some of the markings have to be interpreted with a view to performing with an orchestra and an audience. Now, he writes at this point, piano spiccato, and you rightly play piano spiccato, but your piano spiccato, you mustn't play spiccato as is written. You must make it sound piano spiccato without playing it piano spiccato, because you are a performer and you always have to think of projecting. Now, for example, spiccato, that sort of sound doesn't really carry very far in a concert hall. It's all right for certain types of effects. Special places where you, in Italian music or whatever. But in Dvorak, you must have a much more sustained spiccato, even if it sounds a little coarse to your ears. In the concert hall, this will sound like this. So you must play much bigger from there. Can we take it? Da, ba, 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 bum. Yes, you cut this, sorry. You cut this much too short, the second one. Why do you do? Sustain. No, don't cut. Don't cut. Da 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 dee, ya da 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 dee. No gaps. Yes, sorry. There again, you see, the interest has to be shared with the orchestra. When you're playing, then the orchestra is perhaps slightly more as important as you are anyway. But then you are answering. You take the limelight at this point. So you want to play much more into the string, near the bridge, when you come to there. Do you want to do again from that team? Pa-pa-pa-pa-pum. To, I think, build much more from you want to have a feeling that you're climbing all the time in this section, I think. Where from? The first time. Not too much diminuendo. Sustain. Sustain. Just one point I'd like to make about this whole section. Dvorak has been very, very clear about what he wanted, the relationship of the two sections to be, the first theme and the second theme. Now, for example, here you have the orchestra doing, and you're doing. Now, it should be in exactly the same tempo as, and then afterwards, in tempo. And only here is there a ritardando, you see? It's traditional. It's one of the bad traditions I feel about this piece, is that this whole section is dragged out so much that there is no feeling of structure about it at all. Having said that, let's just play from there. Since can you just take it from here? Could you give perhaps the few bars? Just one thing I would say. Remember the D major, the harmonies. They're very rich and very noble and very warm. Can you make it a bit bigger? Not slower. Yes. Okay. That's fine. Thank you very much. Thank you.